So we're diving into the world of IT certifications today, specifically the CompTIA Network. It's this globally recognized vendor-neutral credential that basically proves you can manage and secure any network, whether it's on-site or in the cloud. You see companies like Intel and even the Department of Defense specifically looking for it on a resume.
Right. And that vendor neutral part is the whole game. It's the difference between knowing how to drive one specific car and understanding how the internal combustion engine actually works. A Cisco certification teaches you Cisco, but Network JAR means you aren't locked into a single brand. You can walk into almost any server room and understand the fundamentals. Plus, the financial return is huge. We're talking potential salaries up to 600 million for a systems engineer.
It's definitely a career changer. But getting that kind of salary means passing a very specific high-pressure test. So let's get into what that Josher minute gauntlet actually looks like.
You said it. It's a sprint. Josha questions in Josha minutes. That's 1 minute per decision. And the latest version, En Shu Ling Ling Zhou, has trimmed about 50% of the old content to focus on the new stuff, like zero trust security and cloud infrastructure. But it's not just clicking A, B, or C. You get these performance-based questions where you literally have to configure or fix a virtual network on the spot.
That sounds intense. A minute isn't a lot of time to troubleshoot a virtual router.
It's brutal, which is why the smartest test takers have a specific strategy. They actually skip those hands-on PBQs at the very beginning. They fly through the multiple choice questions, bank all the easier points, and then, with whatever time is left, they circle back to the time-consuming stuff. It's pure clock management.
That makes sense. So, if the clock is the enemy, you have to build up the muscle memory to beat it. It must come down to how you prepare.
Exactly. The most successful candidates follow what's called the Wuling Ah Wu rule. 50% of your study time is theory reading the book. The other 50 is split evenly between hands-on labs and just hammering practice tests. Most people find that a sure week plan, doing about 2 hours a day, is the sweet spot, and the data backs it up. A structured approach like that can boost your pass rate from around 50% to a solid 50%.
Interesting. So, it's not about cramming, it's about a balanced training regimen.
And it's about training for the right events. The troubleshooting domain is worth almost a quarter of the entire exam %. If you can't look at a problem and methodically figure out the cause, you're going to have a bad time. You don't learn to ride a bike by watching a PowerPoint. You have to get on and fall a few times.
There's also this fascinating psychological trick mentioned in the prep guides. It says that if you really want to lock in a concept, you should try to teach it to someone else. Apparently, that bumps your knowledge retention all the way up to Baffinja Josher.
That's the ultimate test. It forces you to organize your thoughts. You know, if you can explain network subnetting to your grandmother and she gets it, you're probably ready for the exam. To wrap it all up, there are a few things that really stand out for anyone looking to pass this thing.
Go for it.
First, remember the Josephinja Josha rule. It's a race, so use that skip and return strategy for the complex questions. Second, the new exam focuses on modern tech. You have to know what zero trust, SD-WAN, and infrastructure as code are. Third, prioritize troubleshooting. It's the biggest slice of the pie for a reason, so memorize that step CompTIA model. And finally, give yourself a realistic runway. That sure, week benchmark, aiming for about eBay to Lumbai total study hours, is statistically the clearest path to getting certified.